What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Inside SKoop with my man with the largest guns in the room. Move over, Scott Steiner. He is Chris Masters. How are you tonight, my man?
Not too bad. Not too bad. It's a little cold up here in Michigan, but I'll manage.
You're in Michigan. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You're just a state away from me, man. That's good stuff. I'm a Ohio guy, so it's just as cold, just a neighboring state below you. So, how cold was it today?
It was like 15 degrees or something like that. So
Oh,
I don't know. I was born and raised in California, so but the last few years, I mean, I was in Toronto for 3 years as well. So I mean, I'd like to say I've gotten used to these type of winters, but I really just don't leave the house much unless I got to work out or I absolutely have to leave. So,
yeah.
I miss that West Coast sunshine.
Yeah. I've never been to California. Furthest east I've been was Illinois. Actually, the furthest west I've been was Illinois. I've been an East Coast guy all my life, so I've traveled like about a dozen states within like Midwest to East to South. Like I've cornered the whole Midwest to South market just about. But when it came out west, I've never been. So that's actually a bucket list to go to California soon. What part should I go to first?
You go to like the beach, you take a drive down Pacific Coast Highway, or you visit Venice or Santa Monica, or there's just so much to do there, and it's spread out, so it's a difficult place to narrow something down. But I did drive cross country a couple years ago, so I mean, if that was ever, that's actually something I feel like anybody who's American should experience at least one time in their life, because it's pretty amazing, all that these lands have to offer, all the different landscapes, Zion National Park, just there's so much amazing throughout the country.
Yeah, nice. So we're going to get into John Cena today. You've had your personal matches and bouts and scuffles with John Cena. Let's start with John Cena as far as a man. So John Cena is typically known as, one of the hardest working people backstage, first one to go in, last one to go out. Is that your experience that you had just observing John Cena as a worker?
Absolutely. And, I've known John since the very beginning. We started actually training for wrestling, I think maybe the same day in Ultimate Pro Wrestling in California. And he's all that, man. I mean, he is the perfect guy to have on top of your company because he does not miss a day at work. He takes care of his responsibilities. He goes above and beyond the call of duty. Like, he does all that stuff, So for anybody, he is everything you were just kind of implying. So, like, you can see why the company went in that direction and kind of why Vince went with Cena. You want somebody who's going to have that type of work ethic at the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And interesting about the UPW. I guess it's cool since you're a California guy. I know that John Cena and Samoa Joe were a part of that class. I think it was around '99, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually, I think it was right around 1999. Yeah, a lot of people came out of UPW. Obviously, a lot later, the Miz and all that. But it was a who's who when I first got there around that time, and everybody were like, everybody had a look. Is what it came out to. Like, I was only 16 or maybe even 15 years old, so like I had no business even being there, honestly. So, and that's why eventually I ended up getting injured, and then I took a couple of years off to mature and focus on my conditioning and all that stuff. But yeah, it was like a who's who, man. And like, Sylvester Turkey, Lisa Marie, I think came out of there, and just so many.
Yeah, that was a big stomping grounds for people. I know Christopher Daniels had took a peek in there for a little bit too. Then he,
yeah. Oh yeah, Daniels, man, like the whole kid. You had the freak show of UPW, but then you also had just the California guys, which was Frankie, me, and you know, a number of others. You know, he'll even pop in. He didn't train with you, but obviously he popped in, and you know, RVD popped in. I remember that pretty vividly because it's, you know, pretty awesome, especially when you're new to the business, to see a guy like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What's your thoughts of? Did you see like someone? Did you see John Cena kind of being further than he was when he was in UPW? Because I know even in these documentaries he talked about how bunch, you know, as a worker, he wasn't the best, you know, especially coming out of UPW, but he had the heart and he had the mic work, which when he went to, you know, the Heartlands and the OVWs and things like that, that really was something that kind of got him to the stage in the beginning.
Well, I think if you're asking kind of what the impression was of him, like I think everybody knew Cena was gonna do well in pro wrestling and he was gonna be successful. I don't know if we anticipated becoming this generation Hogan, which is kind of what I think Cena turned into eventually. Is like, you know, a lot of, I mean, you know, he was the poster boy for the company, and you know, he wasn't saying your prayers, take your vitamins, and all that stuff. But I mean, he was definitely an inspiration to the kids, and you know, so I don't think, I don't know if anybody anticipated, but everybody knew that he was going to do well, you know, because
Yeah.
the look, because you know, the charisma, the personality, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he had that, and also, I mean, he was a freak athletically too. You know what I mean? Like as far as his strength and all that kind of stuff, man. Like it's not he's not one of those guys who just looks like he's powerful. Like he legit is. I mean, he's got wrists and hands that are just, they're huge. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll mess you up.
Yeah.